Just a few years ago, if you wanted to take an aerial photography of an area or an aerial video of a certain area, you would hire a crew that would come with a helicopter, a trained pilot for that, a person who was trained to use the camera on the helicopter, and all these people, there will be multiple people who will be hired, who would have a job to do this one task, and that's how you accomplished it. Now what happens is you just get a drone, take a video, high quality video, no risk to life, no risk to human life. This is the progress of technology. So always when technology progresses, the benefits are there is a lot of benefits, but also the flip side to this is there is always loss of human jobs, because those jobs become obsolete overnight. Another job I will show you is the phone operator. Earlier, when telephony was invented, there was no dialing and all that. First, what was happening is a person would be sitting at a switchboard, and that person, when you pick up the phone, that person would answer. You will say that, oh, I want to talk to the mayor, I want to talk to whoever it is who has the phone, and then they are going to connect it, physically connect those two switches, and then that's how you got connected to that person. There was no dialing, no exchange, all these things came later on. Now that was a job, that was a prevalent job. The phone operator job was there for a long time. After that they changed. The technology became, because there is a problem to scalability. They can only connect so many phones, right? So there was a necessity for it, and that's how the technology was improved and it was taken to the next level. But the flip side to that is there is a loss of job. That is, the person who was doing this thing, that job is obsolete. Similarly, you can think of so many jobs that became obsolete. So what you have to understand with this is when technology progresses, there is always a loss to job. Sometimes the jobs don't become obsolete, but the pay of the jobs starts getting lower. That is the process of how it gets obsolete, and later on it's automated and that job is no longer there. Example, a few years ago, if you had MS Office skills, you could get a high paid job if you just knew how to use MS Office. There were people who were certified in MS Office, and that used to get you a job. Now can you get a high paid job with just MS Office? No, it's not possible. So this is the progression of technology. Now what we are seeing is the emergence of AI based technology, and this has been in the pipeline since a long time. I have been in the IT industry for a long time. I knew that, and now I'm in a different industry, but when I was there at that time also, this thing was big. We were working on AI, and AI used to be big. It's still big now, and now you can do things with AI that people can't imagine. Just think about it. If you want to have a thesis paper written, a certain thesis paper, an essay written about certain thing, I don't have to hire an intellectual for it. I can just go to ChatGPT, type whatever I want, like, this is the paper I want, and it is going to give me a 99% accuracy thing out there. It is going to generate that. Now granted, there is that 1% accuracy problem, but that is actually man-made, that has been created and that is put into the loop. What you have to understand is that AI is capable of generating 100% perfect results most of the times. The error that is put there is deliberate so that people don't abuse it, but it is already capable of doing that. That's a big problem now. So, and what you have to understand is, if you are able to, a person, a normal layman is able to access this technology with open ChatGPT and all this open AI, all these things, think of how advanced the AI would be that are generated in the labs right now. They are in a league of their own. This is a problem. So any menial job that you have for just creating text, copywriting, all these kind of things, your days are numbered until unless you find some niche or some kind of skill that AI can't do. You're going to have a big trouble. You might think that manual labor is going to save you. these bots, these actual robots which have been created now, they can do more than any manual labor can do. The only thing that is cost prohibitive right now, but once that cost thing that is bought into the factor, once they can optimize that cost, once the insurance for a human person, that is a human laborer, if he gets a problem, if he gets some kind of injury and the insurance becomes too expensive compared to just putting a robot laborer in their place, it's just going to be replaced, because a robot can lift more than you. It is never going to complain. It is never going to do any issues like start a strike or do anything. So this has become a issue for that field also. So you think manual labor is going to save you? No. You think creative endeavors are going to save you? You think that, okay, let's do one thing, I'll become a YouTube influencer or some Instagram influencer. Do you know that there is already AI based influencer videos out there? I'm not joking. That's how powerful AI is. People have created personas that don't exist. People don't exist, but they are influencers. This is already the world we are living in. So this is going to become a issue. All these kind of, and just think about it, there is even AI based porn, which is bizarre, but that is how weird the technology has become, and that is the world we are living in today. So all these Insta models who are just earning money by showing their skin, or the OnlyFans girls, or whoever the people who are just I'm not judging them, they have their own life, they can do whatever they want, but those jobs, do you think they are going to last? It is much more cheaper to just get a AI to generate that video free of cost, because it's only a one-time cost to buy the subscription or whatever you're buying, or it could be a subscription, but it is not as expensive as hiring a person. So it is going to be a big problem for all the influencers who are just who actually, people who have skill that AI can't replicate. Okay, they will be able to survive, but any person who is just doing weird things and just getting views like that, that's not going to work. I don't think the porn industry is going to be the same. This is weird, but that's the truth. Influencers, you think that artists are safe, but AI based art has become so advanced that even actual artists can't compete with it. That has become an issue. And now suppose if I'm like, okay, I want to just support an actual artist, okay, but I'm at a time bound task, I want this kind of a artwork for my company. I go and hire an artist. He is going to take 1 day, probably at the minimum, I think 1 day. There will be very few people who can just create the entire artwork and like come up with an idea and create the entire artwork and get something that they are also satisfied with within that time. But for AI based art to be generated, it's only going to take me 30 to 30 seconds, maybe a minute. That is a big savings of time. This is the reason why we can't compete. There is no way that you can compete with this. Same thing goes for a term paper. If I want to write, the thing that you have to understand is, even if you say that I want to support a human, you can't, because this thing is beating you 100 times on time. If I want to write an essay, being in my field, right now I'm in solar technology, so if I want to, I'm the best person to write an essay on that, right, on a certain specific, for example, monopuck panel. If I select that, I write an essay on that, that would be really good. But that will take me time, because even as well versed I am with my field, it will take me so much time to just write that thing down on paper. AI can do that in, how can I compete with that? So what you have to understand is, this is a technology threat that you are facing, and you have to understand about it, and not just understand, you have to prepare for it. If you are at a job that you think that can be replaced, don't think that you programmers are safe. I don't want to touch that because you are already in the IT field, you should know about it. But if you don't, you have to understand that that job is also gone. Gone is the day when you are going to sit and write lines of code. You just have to say, okay, I want this outcome, this is what I want to program. The AI is going to generate it for you. It's already out there. This technology is already out there. This is a big issue. So you have to do something beyond. You have to start learning beyond. This is going to be the biggest paradigm shift in human history, I think, and we have to prepare ourselves for it. Otherwise, you will be left behind. Most of the jobs that you're seeing now, a lot of them are gone. As I said, do you think that the tech layoff happened just because of the monetary economic thing? No. It is because all those jobs can be replicated. Because see, if I have to complete a task, I will pay a person any amount of money to do that task, no matter how much of a loss I'm in. If I can replicate that task using AI, then I can let that person go. That is the only way. So don't kid yourself. All this economic thing has been said to you, but the reality of the situation is the AI is able to do that programming job. That's the reason it becomes feasible for the company that, okay, let's lay these people off. I'm going to get the task done anyways. This becomes an issue. So you have to update yourself, find out new avenues to research, to study on your own. College is not going to help you, as I said in the last video. All these things are coming at a speed that schools, colleges, all these things can't keep up. They already can't keep up. Do you think they can keep up with AI? That's not going to work. So you have to train yourself. You have to be ready to train yourself to learn skills that is going to be monetizable. That is the only way you can survive. I hope that this was clear to you. If you have any questions, comments, if you think this is not the outcome of AI, or what do you think the outcome is going to be? Do you think that no, it's not going to hit job markets that bad, or do you think it is going to hit job markets that well? What's going to happen? What's your opinion? Put them in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. This has been Jace for TopEvt. I'll see you in the next video.